Empowered Nurses, it's Lori Brown from yournurseattorney.com and empowerednurses.org, and I'm here to talk to you today about sign-on bonuses for nursing. So with this huge, massive nursing shortage, which is so sad, and this is actually the time where I came out of nursing. I graduated in 1982 and moved to California. I had 7 job offers, interviewed at 7 places. And that's how it is now. Jobs are everywhere. And in fact, Pennsylvania, Alabama, Michigan, Arkansas, Georgia, and New Mexico are all offering huge sign-on bonuses, like $30,000. I mean, can you imagine getting a job and then getting a big cash payout of, well, minus taxes of $30,000? I mean, that would be a huge, amazing bonus. So here's the thing. I want to tell you that those hospitals offering those big bonuses are very short-staffed, and that's why they have to offer these huge bonuses. So I have been getting calls over and over again from people, I got this bonus and I hate it. We're short-staffed, I'm putting in my license in jeopardy every day, what do I do? So before you sign one of those agreements for a sign-on bonus, you've got to be very, very, very careful, okay? And make sure what are the conditions that you have to pay that back. First of all, you want to make sure it's prorated, so you're not paying the whole amount back. Secondly, you want to make sure that if they fire you for whatever reason, you shouldn't have to pay it back, because they can fire you for any reason. It's employment at will. They don't even have to have a reason. If it's not working out, they can say bye-bye, and oh, by the way, paying me all this money back. And I don't know about you, but I don't have $30,000 sitting around to be able to write them a check and say, well, here's your money back. And you've got to pay it all back, not less taxes. You've got to pay it all back. So I would be very, very careful in going to one of these jobs. I also think that it's so discourteous to the fellow workers who've been there for a while. They don't even get a bonus. And you're walking in getting $30,000. How do you think that they're going to feel about you? They're going to be glad that you're there to help, but they're also going to be a little envious because they didn't get any sign-on bonus and they were the ones who were loyal and staying at this healthcare institution. So when you have a sign-on bonus, make sure you read that contract very, very carefully. I would even say go so far as hiring an attorney to make sure that the contract is fair and that you're not going to get stuck with a big bill if something doesn't work out. Because there's ways to negotiate these things so it's a win-win for everybody. But you have to know that if you're thinking about leaving one of these jobs and you've got to pay that money back, for example, if the handwriting's on the wall and you think they're going to fire you, I always say leave rather than be fired, because then on every future job application you're going to have to put that you were terminated, and you don't want to have to do that. But if you have $30,000 or whatever sum you have to pay back, you are going to be afraid to quit because you don't want to pay it back. So if you see the handwriting on the wall, it puts you in, you know, a rock and a hard place because you don't want to pay the money back, yet you're afraid to get fired. So that's why I always say if you're going to sign on one of those sign-on bonuses, if they fire you, you shouldn't have to pay it back. But again, I think that, you know, these are always the person that writes the contract's in favor of them. Their attorneys write this. They write it so it's rock solid for the healthcare facility and not for you. So have somebody on your side, have somebody review it, and just know what the consequences are. Should you decide to leave? Should it not be a safe place to work? It's your license, it's your livelihood. Yeah, $30,000 sounds amazing, but is it worth it? Is it worth your license? You have to think again. And if you have to pay it back, are you in a position to write a big check? So always make sure it's prorated. That's one thing for sure. And have somebody on your side negotiating for you. Now, they may not be all that excited about negotiating because they usually aren't. They usually have a pro forma sheet that they want everybody to sign and have it uniform. But you're the one who's, you know, if they want you, they'll work it out. So just don't be fooled by these big sign-on bonuses. Know that there's problems once you get in there. And, you know, I hope that these sign-on bonus do help and to the facility to get the staff that they need. But if you're one of those loyal people and not getting a bonus and the person that walks in does, how are you going to feel? We're all in this together as nurses. Let's start acting as it together, so that we can change our profession, improve our profession, and have the nurses that we need to take care of the patients. Thank you.